Siyabonga malunga kusijoyina kule ngqayizivele engaka yale meeting yokucala ngca kaMandla Omnotho ukuthi sibambe iZoom meeting. Namhla ke sibusisekile malunga because sisawukwati kangcono kahle ukuthi lamandla omnotho yena ayini atokwendani yini ingqubekela phambili yawo and yini ibenefit yethu thina singemaswati ke singemalunga akamandla omnotho. Asitiveleni nje sikhululekile sitawubuta nemibuto after lama presentation lesitaba sinawo. Ngingachithi isikhathi senu malunga ezilabanye nje basadinga nekuphumula. Ngitawumukela nje chairperson lotawukhuluma kangcono noma introduce speaker sethu sanamuhla lokungu-president. Over to you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much, Pro. Siyabonga kakhulu. Sivusele emaswatini onke umhlaba wonke. Sibonge naloko ukuthi nje batinike isikhathi emaswati ukuthi angene emhlanganweni nekufuna kwadi ukuthi kahle kahle nasikhuluma ngamandla omnotho sikhuluma ngani. Kuyinjabulo lenkulu kithi njenge-executive ukuthi emaswati afune kwadi nekufuna kusitakala. Siyabonga lokho kakhulu. Lo khuluma koGodfrey Njalinjali ichairman wamandla omnotho eSwatini. Sinentokoto lenhle lenkulu ke nenjabulo ukuthi sina president wamandla omnotho globally. Amandla omnotho langasikwe eSwatini kuphela nase South Africa kuphela but globally emhlaba wonke. Anesikhathi utawukusho waShwabade naye lokuthi isikhathi sesingakanani nenhloso lesike. Shwabade sicela kwemukela eveni laKangwane kuyintokoto kuba nawe. Siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi weda watosivula emehlo eSwatini kusivula emehlo akho wangaqini lapho kunengi losiphathele kona. Sicela nje kulesikhathi ukuthi nawe emaswati alalele, nawe emaswati afuna kuva ukuthi amandla omnotho asiphathelene asilungiselene futhi njengoba asevile nakokuthi kune conference letako masinyane ukuthi yini labangayigatsa khona. Shwabade nonkosi.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu ku program director nakuwe Mr. Njalinjali. Ngiyabonga for the opportunity to present Guinea namandla omnotho. I think because i-session yethu lesiyayirekhoda akunayo inkinga noma abantu bengekho bonke uma nje bezokwazi abantu ukuthi bayilalele afterwards. Ngiyaxolisa-ke ngisemshadweni and ngiyambona noLokhuza wethu no-program director wethu ungathi usemontweni nami ngisemontweni. I'll just show my face bese ngipreserve ilokhuzana data so that sizokwazi ukuthi kube khona clear sort of link without disturbances. So that's me. Ngiyabonga kakhulu maswata amahle kakhulu ahloniphekile as well. Angiqale lana, I think akona ukuqala ukuthi sihlangane on this session. Sihlangene on this session because sifisa ukuthi si-informe emaswati lawo asasilele who may not be aware ukuthi amandla omnotho kahle yini. We have since realized that we must keep talking about amandla omnotho so that abantu bazokwazi ukuthi what is amandla omnotho and what is the purpose of it and where are we going nalamandla omnotho. I think lokho kubalekile because kwenza abantu ukuthi bahambisane nathi ba understand futhi ukuthi sibheke. It's always important ukuthi abantu uma nihamba indlela eyodwa ni understand futhi nansi indlela esihambayo sibheke kuphi and kuphi lapho esifuna ukufinyelela khona, so that noma senifikile la enifuna ukuya khona nazi ukuthi yes senikhona lapho senifikile ngempela. Kungalokhu nihambe njalo kodwa nithi nifuna ukuyofika lapho eniya khona ningaboni noma senifikile. I think that's very important. And whilst I'm talking, I'm trying to see if I can open some form of presentation that I once presented kwenye yama institutions in the country, African Development Bank. I'll see ukuthi iyavuleka yini, but if ingavuleki, that is not a problem. I will just talk through it for abantu abafisa uku-understand. Azocela ukuthi abangenayo bavale bamute amalokhuzana ama-microphone so that singezukuba nomsindo in the background. So then ngizobe sengiyangena-ke kuMandla Omnotho just to explain to people ukuthi what exactly is Amandla Omnotho and who are we and what are we not? Because sometimes if you don't define yourself, people will define yourself for you. And when people start defining yourself for you, it becomes a problem because you will start being referred to as something that you are not by people who don't understand who you are. I think that is the gist of what we are about today. When we want to make sure that everybody who walks with us and who wants to be part of Amandla Omnotho should be in a position to understand who we are and who we are not and what are we standing for. Kulento le esiqalile. Amandla Omnotho started almost 2 decades ago in South Africa. Igama lami nguGugulethu Xaba. I'm the founder there of Amandla Omnotho. I've been working, just to give you a bit of a background about myself. I've been working, my profession is engineering, electrical, and I have studied quite a lot of things in the engineering space, quality, as well as in entrepreneurship. I publish as well some articles around this subject of entrepreneurship, and I speak at different institutions in the country, maybe from my academic background, as well as from my speaking engagement point of view when it comes to the passion I have, as well as the expertise around the entrepreneurship and economic development. So I think that's important for you to understand the person who is behind this, so that nizokwazi ukuthi yini le that drove me or us here in SA to be part of trying to uplift and develop abantu abamnyama Africa, because it's not just about South Africa. So Amandla Omnotho started then years ago, and they have a track record, a very strong track record of developing entities via other entities that Amandla Omnotho works with, amongst which is the Adamo Peaks, the company that I started, and many other associate companies, which are working symbiotically to deliver the mandate of economic development of African people. Why that particular mandate? Simple. Ingane kuphela engazi mhlambe nakhona esencane primary engayazi history South Africa or Africa as a country and a continent and the region that has been under their colonial rule. And it's very important to us that Africa has just been recently liberated, literally a little over 70 years. We just received our liberation as the entire African continent. 54 or 55 countries, starting with Ghana and some of those countries which first got liberation. Liberation from the clutches of the evil system of colonialism, where we know the worst, the oppressed, maimed, killed, and butchered many of our people. I was just recently reading about the DRC and the fact that how that particular country is not yet free. As much as it is free in terms of the movement of people, but from the colonialism point of view, where you have got abantu abasacindezele that country and who thrive on chaos because they see ukuthi that country rich. Actually, if you look at one of the largest countries in the continent, it is the Democratic Republic of Congo. That country is vast. That country is rich. That country ayikho mineral engenayo. That country, I've had a privilege, like many other countries, to travel into and traverse that country. Laphayana kuqhuma ngisho ama-sparks ebusuku ey'ntabeni asuke etshengisa ukuthi kunowoyela, asuke etshengisa ukuthi kunama-minerals angakagujwa. That is how rich the country is. King Leopold of Belgium, when he killed and destroyed over 10 million Congolese, which nanamhlanje it's still a big sin that that evil king did to our brothers and sisters in Congo. He did that because of his evil intentions of making sure that country remain oppressed the way it has been oppressed until today. Sadly, even the leadership of that country really have a lot of work to do when the show ukuthi abantu bakhona they get fully liberated and realize and appreciate and really be part of the economy of that particular country without disturbance. For some of you abayithanda history, you will understand ukuthi currently we have got different countries in Africa which has been under the colonial rule. Majority of those countries have been under the colonial rule of Britain, and we are called Anglophone countries. Amazwe lawa akhuluma isiNgisi njengathi Eswatini is one, South Africa is one, Lesotho, Botswana, Nigeria, you name it. Those are countries abizwa ama-Anglophone countries because they were colonized by the English. And base besinikeza isiNgisi sabo lesi esikhuluma ngaso nanamhlanje. Bese bakhona amazwe that were colonized by ilokhuzana France, and those countries, as they were colonized by France, and they are called Francophone countries. And lawo mazwe uma uwabheka njengamanje ubuka ukuthi akuphi, you see a lot of upsurge of trying to change those particular countries ngama-leaders amasha, because ama-leaders amasha, they've come in and said we have been looking and seeing and getting depressed and oppressed even in the new dispensation, and we realize ukuthi ilokhuza izwe lase-France lisasi-owner. This thing that I'm talking about, I'm not talking out of just hearing or reading his script. I'm talking out of that because I've seen it myself. I've been to those countries. I've traveled to France, and I've gotten to study and read. I think it's Honorable Chihombori Udokotela, who was the AU ambassador in the US, who has really recently been spearheading strongly in liberation of many of those countries, including particularly the Francophone countries, because i-rand ilokhuzana i-currency yabo icontrolwa eParis, amanzi yabo control eParis, exchange yabo icontrol eParis, yonke into basakhokha ngisho into ekuthiwa i-colonial tax, i-tax yokucindezelwa kwabo ukuthi ama-colonialist, which is France this time around, says we gave you infrastructure, so you have to pay in perpetuity to us to say thank you. And at the same time, bahambisa billions of dollars to France. It was the former prime minister of France, or president rather, Nicolas Sarkozy, who was very brutally honest, who said France is nothing without Africa, particularly referring to Francophone countries. So that just tells you about why Abo Ibrahim Traore I hope tomorrow you can join our meeting, Yamandla Mnoto, South Africa, because we'll be discussing even about our visits to those particular countries that is coming pretty soon. That is why Abantu Abafana nabo Ebrahim Traore and many of those leaders who are youngish, who have come up to say, we now want a liberation of our people to the fuller extent, because this has been a facade and a fake liberation. Now, umuzoya-ke kumazwe ade cindezelwe as well, Portugal, abizwa ngama-Lusophone countries. That is izwe elifana la umakhelwane wethu in Mozambique, as an example. That country, njengoba kuthiwa ama-Lusophone, is because they've been oppressed and colonized by Mozambique. And those countries, unfortunately, they too are not fully emancipated. They are not fully liberated, because kusekhona insehle yokuthi becindezelwe ngobani, and those people, they still work with them to drain resources out. Usungabuka the entire African continent, ubuke ukuthi where are we in trying to emancipate ourselves. What I've just been talking about is what we call political economy, which has to do with the interface of politics and economy. Because what runs the world is not necessarily politics, it's economy. And if you want to study further, you must just go and read and follow a nice series we YouTube. I think it's in our episodes close to 10. 80 Men Who Built America. I always refer people to read such things to just understand what capitalism as a way of life of driving economy, which unfortunately or fortunately we are party to. Finally, understand what capitalism yona erana umhlaba. Abantu abasuke be run especially in the example of our country, South Africa. Our politicians, to be honest, they're just pawns. But abantu run the economy, it is technocrats. It's the people. Actually, it's the capitalists. It's people who have got money, right? And for those of us, because ngiyazi ukuthi iningi lena eSwatini ngamakholwa, iBhayibheli lithi money answereth all things. Money is an answer. Imali iyimpendulo. Ngiyazi abaningi abayithandisisi kahle imali, kodwa abakwazi futhi ukuphila ngaphandle kwemali, and yet imali iyona answer. That's what the Bible says. And there's a lot of scriptures that talks about money in the Bible, which is important ukuthi siyazi ukuthi how do we become moneyed and create wealth. And therefore, from this just brief example enginikezile, and take back wealth as abantu abamnyama, sonke ke as abantu abamnyama in Africa, including Eswatini, we are very much behind when it comes to emancipating ourselves, getting wealth. I'll make an example of South Africa. South Africa, before Eswatini, South Africa is a country. It's actually the largest manufacturing hub of Africa. South Africa has got currently about 8 trillion rands of GDP, right? South Africa is producing hundreds of trillions of rands of economy. So that I'm not exaggerating. As a person who's an economist on the other side, if you were to look at the sectors of economies in South Africa, sectors being divided into 3. We've got the primary sector, secondary sector, and tertiary sector. Out of those sectors, you look at the primary sector. I think my economist friend will appreciate this more, because from a primary sector, you then start to dissect it. Ubuke ukuthi kukhona mining, ubuke ukuthi kukhona agriculture, ubuke ukuthi kukhona oceans economy, as we have an ocean in South Africa. And when you dissect those subsectors, there are subsectors of the sectors, which then talks to streams of each of those particular sectors. And then you secondary sector, utoli manufacturing, which is value addition. How big is a value addition in terms of manufacturing base and capacity? South Africa leads the entire African continent. That's why with pollution of the environment, we are said to be the ones that are polluting more than any other African country. But that is minute. It's almost 0.1% or 1% of the global pollution. It's just that we are the biggest, but yet we are the smallest too. The tertiary sectors, which is your services, your banks, your telecommunication companies, where the bulk of the economy is now driven from, right? That particular sector, when you just talk about banks, you talk about insurance and all those particular services, banks and insurances, they are in excess of 10 trillion rands an economy. In South Africa, I'm still going to come to Eswatini. Then out of that, sectors of telecommunications, communications, mobile, etc., they are in trillions as well, right? I won't just give you specific stats. I'm just mentioning these trillions so that you understand where do they come from. Property, which is still part of the tertiary sector of economy, currently, they are still trying to consolidate and count it. It's currently sitting at 11 trillion rands. That excludes the rural property. I'm talking about cities and all of those things. I'm sure we are already talking over 30 trillion rands in terms of just the economy of South Africa. You can convert that to dollars, right? So then you continue agriculture, how huge a sector it is and who owns that particular economy. Economy South Africa, as we speak, is less than 10% controlled by Black South Africans, which is native Africans. Because sinabelungu South Africa, demography yetu, we are sitting at 63 million currently. Abantu abamnyama as in African people, we are talking over 50 million of them, as in African people alone. Bese seba ne classification into amankhaladi, which is about 5 million people. Abantu abamnyama bonke lapha. So we are talking 55 million people being just abantu abamnyama. Leon is just a racial classification. Bese uzobheka ukuthi at a level of 4.5 or 5 million there, about yabelungu abakhona namandiya are about 1.4 million. Usuzobona ukuthi labo bantu kuphela minority ibona abacontrola i-economy in South Africa. And then usuzobona ama-China, ubuka abanye abantu abavela ngaphandle, ama-Germans, sirun ama-German machines, iy'moto ziyakhiwe ePitori, Port Elizabeth, and you name it. You can go on and on and on and on. Why am I going on like this? And ngenza contrast South Africa ngamasibome because ngifuna ukuthi ni-understand ukuthi uma uyimember yamandla omnotho awuyona imember engekho informed. You have to be informed about your sort of like economy and economic environment, and therefore have the understanding of how do you deal with a situation where you want to be part of the economy and you want to make sure you understand who are real players and actors and owners of economy. There is nothing wrong with us, therefore, starting an organized formation that looks into our interest. Njengamanje, as I'm talking to you now, about 5 o'clock, in Newcastle, KwaZulu Natal, kune community yama-Chinese ahlangene ndawonye because akade abuse abantu ebasebenzise indawana ezimbi, etc. So now uhulumeni wangenelela to try and crack that thing down. You can go and search it for yourself. Right now, they are coming together to say, hey, what is happening to our community? We need to protect each other. We need to find out what's wrong, etc. So, but in the corner, there are a Chinese community in South Africa. There are Korean communities in South Africa. There are Turkish communities. There are Jewish communities. There are all those Indian communities. Abati as a community, because it starts with you as a people. And we, therefore, particularly, we are not exclusive. However, we are largely African-based, and we are saying, as an African community, should we stand by and watch ezinye izizwe zifika ezweni lethu zithatha over economy, zilida kuma-economic sectors, thina sishaya izandla. I was in Ghana, I was in all those places. Uyezwe uma ufika la kuma-hotela uzwe kuthiwa, oh no, it is only abantu base East aba-owner lama hotel, yabona, kakhulukazi yibona ba-owner 99% of the hotels. And then, is that just? Is that okay? Ngicela ukubuza nje ngizwe, you can open your mic ungitshela ukuthi hayi qaba uyabheda, i-right leyo nto aba-own thina sobazisebenzi. Is that okay, members?
Is not okay, President.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Dumisile. I hope you are speaking on behalf of many people. Fact is, that's not okay. That is not just. That's not economic justice. In our countries of birth, we are only going to be slaves and give birth to slaves and give birth to people who are going to be employees. Bazogqoka othaya, bazojabula, ukuthi bona bahola isalary, bathola amalokhuzana, ama-benefits and all of that jazz. That is not okay. I'm the media person. I do radio in South Africa and many other media outlets, even though I'm scaling down a bit, but I still do it. I've been doing it for over 10 years. What I'm sharing with you, I speak openly. There's no secret. It's not like we're talking about into isono, into embi ukukhuluma ngayo, into mhlambe ngathi my interceptor intelligence agency of any country kuthiwa lo uzobhukuqa umbuso. It's not like that. I'm saying it openly, sincerely, because what we are about, we've got a mission in our generation to change the situation and turn the tide. So why, therefore, did we therefore come to Eswatini? We came to Eswatini on the premise of the very same message as Ishumayelago for the past 2 decades, driving is socio-economic upliftment, entrepreneurship in South Africa. We can give you a list of things that we have done. We've opened markets in Germany. We've opened markets in Eastern Europe, Serbia. All of these things that I'm talking about is not fictitious stuff. We've opened markets in America. We've opened markets in the entire African continent to try and make sure we trade, because we don't need aid. One of the books written by one of the great ladies, I think Usisu Tambesa Moyo, was a Zimbabwe, stays overseas. She says something very fundamental. Africa does not need aid, but Africa needs trade. And we need to trade, first of all, amongst each other, Eswatini, and trade amongst each other in the region, in SADC, with 16 countries in SADC, and trade amongst each other in the African continent, and trade with ECOWAS, and trade with all these other blocks, Maghreb, and trade with the EAC, Eastern African countries. This is us that we need to trade one with another. Africa currently trades, literally, it's growing steadily. It's trading at above 17% amongst each other. The Liswati plus the South African plus the Nigerian, they trade in that region of 17%. Kodwa umusubheka ukuthi iLiswati plus ulokhuzana South African or plus in Nigerian, mabe trade ne-West, they will trade at over 60%. Bese i-West iyodwa, for instance, the Americas, which is North and South America, their trade sits at over 60%. Mobegi Asia alone, Asia, their trade sits at over 65%. Among themselves as Asians, okungamandiya, Japanese, angithi, bese kuba amalokhuzana ama-China, labo bantu ba-trader, ama-Koreans, they trade at over 70% bebodwa. Okusho ukuthi no money moving between their countries alone. Before that money moves out, it moves and circulates a number of times in their countries. And yet, Eswatini, Mozambique, and Zimbabwe, Zambia, etc., are trading enough with each other. And again, I just want to caution and put in under inverted commas, ayikho ifamily ngenawo issues wayo. Same as ifamily yase Asia neyase Americas. That's why we see Trump efuna ukufaka the wall around, because there are issues. Kodwa they trade very well with South America. And when you therefore look at us, we have got our own issues sometimes that we have to deal with. We are a family, but we've got you know, I was talking to somebody yesterday as we are driving here. That's where I'm born. I live in Johannesburg. So I'm telling these people ukuthi uma kune issue nixabene ekhaya, but uma sekhona umcimbi noma isifo, you put ukuxabana kwena aside and focus esifeni nasemcimbini lowo, because kufanele nikhule nifinyelele esigabeni lapho nine maturity, the spiritually and emotional and intellectual maturity ekwazi understand ukuthi we put our fights aside and focus on the matter at hand. We've got our own little small issues as far as still nazo in the continent, but we must transcend and rise above petty issues. That's why kule platform we don't entertain petty issues. We don't measure on minors, because once we start measuring on minors, minor issues, etc., those are minor issues. We don't want to deal with those issues because we've got a bigger agenda ahead of us. We've got big reason for our existence. Our rise on data, which is the reason for our existence, is bigger than you and me combined and individually, because it's got to do with the next generation and the next generation. If we are going to think only up to our stomach and up to the level of the shallowness of our minds, we're not going to move that far. We need a situation where when we come together, actually, you must strive to make sure that you surround yourself with people who are far better than yourself. That is the motto, that is the motive, that is the strategy of how people grow, how nations grow, and of how, as a people, we ought to grow. So this is very, very important to emphasize. Now let me come back to just quickly a three-dimensional vision of Amandla Omnotho, so that you understand, so that even anyone ozwayo this session of the 27th of September 2025 azi ukuthi what exactly Amandla Omnotho is about. It's about sharing information, educating people, agitating for right change, and making sure that we lobby strongly. I've been privileged to advise my dear late Zulu King and Uzwelithini Bheki Zulu. And I've been privileged, and I'm still privileged, to advise a lot of His Majesties in my country, as well as quite a lot of ministers informally, and many of the people that I'm working with, because other than just going into politics, I chose the route of trying to make sure that I make a contribution where I am, because I don't need to be a politician to make a contribution. I can, and so you can as well. So this has to do with the love of your country. This has got to do with the love of your king and the leaders of Eswatini. Because I said it, I'm saying it again, this is not a political platform. It's a pure entrepreneurship platform, economic development platform. And you must understand that there is no leader who does not really like his people to succeed, except those leaders that I cannot talk about embezzling the monies, but that's not the discussion here as well. The key thing is any sensible leader would like to see their country develop. I've been watching your country. I must tell you, your country is hungry for development and for success. I'm going to tell you from my own analysis of what has been happening, because I have attended your conferences, I've interacted with your leaders, and your country in the region has got the highest GDP in terms of growth rate. I mean, whereas our growth rate here has been standing at literal 1% for the past 5 or 7 years. In Eswatini, we are talking about 5%. They are now wanting to move up to 7%. And I'll tell you about those programs, which makes me confident that your country is hungry for success. Your country is hungry for progress. So that is Amandla Omnotho. And then we've got Operation Buyele Ekhaya. That's three-dimensional approach. Almost a triangle. Uzobhala phezulu Amandla Omnotho. Phansi laphayana on the two sides of the triangle, Operation Buyele Ekhaya. This is about abantu who need to go back to their rural places, their townships where they were born, and be in a position to contribute and make a meaningful contribution. We encourage people to do that. This for us is very, very important. Maningi emaswati, for instance, who don't have time, but you can find ways of reaching to them and getting them and get a reunion. Yes, Eswatini. I'm giving you a chairperson, Jalinjal, this program. Yamandla Mnothi ukuthi you can find a way of creating an Operation Mbuyelekhaya. Let's present to government. Let's get Emaswati who are in South Africa to have a biggest conference that says Emaswati who are in South Africa, who are in America, who are all over the world, who wants to invest back at home. I'm giving you this big idea. This idea will help turn things around. Not because they don't want to invest, it's just they're busy. Wonke umuntu busy with their own things. But sometimes that in the right direction. Hey, if we can work together, we can actually bring so much development. I've seen this happen in South Africa, especially Kwaksapetu Babu Musibusi Sondebele as a reference point, as a premier. And he called all of us. He called the people from KwaZulu-Natal. KwaZulu-Natal has got about 12.5 million people as a province. But he called many Abantu KwaZulu-Natal, all across races, to say, come, it's time you go back and invest at home. And unfortunately, the next government did not continue with that. If they had done so, this would have been a program that would have taken KwaZulu-Natal to the next level, which I believe KwaZulu-Natal has got the biggest potential, because Iona entry point of all the goods that mainly get into SADC, and especially landlocked countries like Zimbabwe and yourselves. So if you can take this program seriously and literal and say Operation Mbuyelekhaya, which is part of Amandla Mnothi, next year we are going to be the ones spearheading. We work with the Minister of Commerce. We work with the Minister of Finance. We work with the Office of His Majesty. We get all the Emaswati. And if we are in Nelspruit and all those places, that is part of Emaswati. Amaningi, who are proud Swatis, who wants to come and invest back at home, even though they may have been born in South Africa, as an example. That's a very grand idea. That's what we spearhead. And lastly, we've got what is called Rural Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The Rural Chamber of Commerce and Industry, it's a very important strategy that talks to how do we package rurality? How do we package assets in rural areas? How do we package, different assets? Rural areas, I'm going to make an example so that nizongizwisisa ukuthi ngisho ukuthini mangikhuluma nge-packaging of assets in rural areas. Ngona manje our small town Nongoma has got 320,000 people, right? But Zululand district, it's rural. There's Vryheid, Nongoma, Ulundi, Dumbe, which used to be called Port Petersburg, and Pongola. Those are 5 local municipalities. They are all rural. But Abantu Bakhona, they are in excess of 1 million. They are almost the size of Eswatini. This district alone. But the challenge with these people, many of them, they move to big cities, Durban, Joburg, Cape Town, Pretoria, etc., to seek for jobs. Guess what? They are leaving wealth behind, because the mindset has been to urbanize people for a very long time. But if you then analyze rural areas of the places I've just mentioned, zinama assets. Some of those assets, I'm next to one of His Majesty's palaces. Right? And 2, that's an asset. Mountains. 2, palaces that I'm talking about. That's an asset. Do you know which kunabantu who want to come and see the palace yase zaKwaZulu, the palace zaseSwatini? Abafuna ukwazi ngempilo yaseSwatini ukuthi iphilwa njani. That's tourism. Out of that comes what? Hotels, B&Bs, you name it. And then 3, you've got mines. We've got what is called here Council of Geoscience, which has mapped out the whole place. I can tell you there is a similar entity in Eswatini, which has mapped out the whole place. There are minerals that you have not even discovered in Eswatini, but they are there. So, and 4, you've got to build rural areas and build infrastructure and build roads and build all of that. And that's part of the opportunities. You can name this. And 5, you're talking agriculture and agro-processing, right? Rurality is key and we vacate and leave rurality and go to urban centers and siyeka Mbabane, siyeka Manzini, and sishiye indawo ezile emakhaya lapho ifaka besibhizi sigovuza khona. We are stirring up economies, and that is what Amandla Omnotho is about. So we try therefore and analyze economies and analyze places and analyze the entire ecosystem to say where are opportunities, then how do we seize those particular opportunities? And that's the Rural Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Now, coming to Eswatini, Eswatini has got tremendous amount of potential because in Eswatini, many of your goods and services, niyazi importer, you buy them from outside the country. You buy them from South Africa, from Mozambique, from across overseas, and many other countries. But South Africa is benefiting hugely from you as the people of Eswatini. Pick and Pay, ShopRite, ngisakhuluma retail, banks, they are the ones dominating your country. Okay? Now, am I talking bad about my country or talking down? South Africa Eswatini does not invest in Eswatini. Not at all. For those that understand economics, they will understand that I'm talking a sensible thing because there is something called balancing trade or balance of trade. You are importing 80 to 85% of the goods from South Africa and other countries. So in other words, you become literally like a province of South Africa. Again, just like South Africa is a province of Germany, because VW, BMW, and all of those big cars, as well as now a province of China, because you cannot tell me, Uguti, out of our top engineers, even one of the richest person in the world comes from South Africa, Elon Musk from Pretoria. And many top engineers who are billionaires in dollar terms, they live overseas. Why? And it's because the environment sometimes does not allow them to rise to that stature. Number two, if you look at why don't we have, when we have got so many engineers, we can't even have our own car. Why? Because we are dominated by the German machines. And therefore, it has blinded us to be able to utilize our own skills and strength in designing our own car. Nigeria has got its own car now. Ghana has got its own car now. These are beautiful stories that comes out of Africa. And I really think that if we can simply allow a balance of trade to be skewed the way it is, in a sense of analyzing all these sectors, we are shooting ourselves in the foot. And that is where your country is right now, right? When it comes to oil, you import 100% of your oils. There is no processing facility, manufacturing of anything that is got to do with oils in Eswatini. You may have factories, Lapaya, and all of those, but some of them, actually many of them, they are not even achieving a scale that you consume as Emaswat. So this is important because it's now analytics. We are analyzing the economy. During your session, actually, I was trying, before coming to this meeting, I was trying to look at my notes to check what is it that I wrote down. I wrote quite a lot of things during your session. I think, when was it, Chalinchal? In August or before that, July or somewhere. The first Eswatini Investment Conference, which I was invited in, that particular conference was a revelation to say, hey, Emaswati, I guess Pege, Ukuti, what is it that we can produce? Many of the items that were listed there. I'm going to ask you, Sis Dumisile Mongegile, Bralunga, and now Chair Ukuti, please check out the presentations that were happening during that investment conference and share that with the members of Amandla Omnotho Eswatini to be able to learn. Next time, I'm going to challenge you. Get the feedback from that session and get some of the speakers to come and talk, because I was so gobsmacked. Many of the items that you consume Eswatini, you import 100% awenziwa Eswatini. From your toothpaste to to matches, matchsticks, to all those types of things, smallanyana things, and food items. Why eMaSwati are not producing and take advantage of that? And that is an opportunity, colleagues. That's why we look at this as an opportunity, not as a threat, but an opportunity to say, replace umaningalwela ukuthi fine, because these items that I'm talking about have got numbers attached to them, right? I'm just battling to remember Konje which one. One of the items, just one item, Eswatini spends $15 billion just to import that item. $15 billion. It's I think it's electrical material. Yes, part of that is that. And you spend billions, not rands, but not emalangeni, but dollars, to import that. So if you can start manufacturing that and say, you know what, out of $15 billion, we just want to target 0.1%. What is 0.1%? Or what is 1%? Let's go there. What is 1% of $15 billion? Can I get a response? What is 1% of $15 billion? Itini maths.
I will call Shobati.
Okay, let me help you. $15 billion, 10% yakhona $1.5 billion. 1% $150 million, right? So that is what you should target. You should target it saying, I want 1%. Now that 1% is too big. Just say, I want 0.1%. That's why I said, what is 0.1%? Because if you are now talking 0.1%, you are talking $15 million, right? So imagine every sector of economy. You come and say, I simply want 10% of 100 million emalangeni, which we use to import the stuff. And 10% of 100 million is 10 million emalangeni. Then you put a business case. You sell to the consumers of that product around where they buy it. And then you come up with a case and say, want to localize the production, want to produce locally, because you remember, when you import, which means you export jobs. Jobs are created in that country, and therefore you just consume only finished goods. And I heard recently, I think some of the team, they were telling me, because Dumsile, you are part of the back industry, leather industry. How many cows do you slaughter, Eswatini?
In a year, it's around close to 700,000.
Okay, it's 70,000, 700,000, 70.
700.
Okay, so if you slaughter 700,000, ZP kumba ishonapi? Amatambo ashonapi?
Siyalahla.
Okay, thank you. Niyalahla. Namanje, where I am, kuhlatshiwe inkomo, kuhlatshwe neimbuzi, kulahliwe laphaya. Right? And that's part of circular economy. That's part of tannery. You know, I get so worked up when I talk about these things, because I've got a Chinese friend of mine that is my business partner in Durban. Uthatha ama-plastic la wonke nama plastic bags, nama plastic can, yini lento le ama-bottles. And he's making every month 3 million rand, right? And 10 to 15% of that is pure profits. And countries like China, that used to be so dirty before because they were battling to come up with the model of developing and driving themselves, today they are not dirty anymore. They don't have plastic. They are now planning on importing utoti because they know Africa is dirty. Our towns are dirty. Mhlawumbe ngcono Eswatini la eSouth Africa kune-discussion, a fight with politicians ukuthi many towns are dirty. Some of the people who should be leading us, they're not leading us. They are lining up their pockets. They don't understand. Even in maintenance, roads have got potholes. So, and all of those types of things. And this wakes me up because where you are seated, where you look through, when you look through the window, you see dirt. You see people just not really regarding the real thing and the real gospel, if I were to put it like that, of trying to be economically emancipated. We go to church, pray in and out, day in and out, but there's no programs to economically emancipate people because we're all rushing to heaven. I'm saying this with due respect. I'm a Christian too. You know what South Africa has done recently. We said, Jesus away, I'm 23 and 24, or Enigma, and all those guys who were busy talking and blabbing nonsense. Today, they are eating a humble pie. The church is still here, and the church is suffering. And abantu bala bayasufferisha njengamanje. And abanye bebedayisa imizi yabo since 2016. Bedayisa imoto mase kuthiwa sebezothathwa because abanye abaningi bayahlupheka. Bafuna ukubalekela ukuhlupheka emhlabeni. Hayi ngoba kuukuthi ngempela bafuna ukuya ezulwini. Bayabona ukuthi kuyabheda la. Bafuna ukuyohamba ngale ey'tradini zegolide. Abanye bahamba ey'tradini zegolide la eSouth-Africa, emhlabeni wonke jikelele badla kamnandi. Bafa bebusile emhlabeni. Thina sifa, we're born from paupers and die as paupers. Why? This is the message we are carrying. We want to change the mindset. That's why I feel I wish that person who was busy denigrating us and talking was here. I understand. What are we about? Dumisile, it's not the first time. We've been talking about this all the time. Go to our Zoom sessions. We will upload this as well onto YouTube so that people can go and listen. Because here, we don't want people who play games. And unfortunately, this business is risky. You lose money at times trying, but you must never lose your heart. And what you need is to be educated, be open-minded, learn and learn and relearn, learn and learn and relearn, learn and learn and relearn, and get Eswatini. Eswatini's responsibility, it's your baby for it to be successful. I will tell you as I close, because now I'm going to close in 5 minutes and hand over to you. I'll tell you of the programs that we just came last year. And thank God for this guy and this chairperson that you have, or Mr. Njali Njali, because he used to listen to me on radio talking and guiding people in South Africa who calls FM, and asked me when I was in Europe, in America, and I was in New York or wherever, and made a call to Temeza and said, can we please get this guy to come down to Eswatini? We need the things that he's talking about to be done in Eswatini as well as Emaswati. We desperate. We had a plan to come, but it was not now or the time when Njali Njali called me. The plan was to come at a certain point in time, like right now. We are launching in Malawi. I'm going to the inauguration of the new president there. We're launching in Nigeria. We're launching in many other African states. By March next year, when we're having a biggest conference, Amandla North, which you must come and attend in SA, you will see nations coming together, driving their own economic agenda, because that's what we are about. So when we came to Eswatini, it's only last year, it's not even 2 years. Let me tell you what we have achieved. Through your leadership, that I believe is really, really hungry, because it's nice to work with people who are hungry and who have got a purpose. And I must highlight Mr. Khumalo, the Honorable Minister Khumalo of Commerce. And obviously all of your other ministers that I've interacted with, Baba Chauke, as well as Ubani, Minister of Finance, right? And quite a few of your and members of Parliament, Ubabe Cruiser, affectionately known as such. So those are the people that we have been working with since coming there last year. And guess what we have achieved? We've been able to launch. Namhlanje, we are launching a factory. We produce our own shoes in SA. We've got our own manufacturing capacity here in SA. The guy that I'm talking about, and it's Chinese, we're starting our own manufacturing facility, which is going to be running in 6 months and which is going to be bigger, right? So the things that we talk about, there's not even enough time to talk about what we are doing in South Africa and how much we have spent creating jobs and generating wealth and placing people in different sectors of economy. But I don't want to sound boastful, because we are not about boastfulness here. Whether we make money or we become big and rich and millionaires and billionaires, it's just money. It's a tool. We want to use that tool to empower all other people. So nani, njengoba sikhuluma kanje ngifisa nikwazi lokho ukuthi it's not so much about we are boasting, it's about sharing with you the cases that are real life cases of economic development. Next time, as you continue to join us on our sessions, you will get to learn more about what is it that we are doing. Like tomorrow, maybe as a way of announcing, tomorrow I'm bringing someone who's going to be talking about hemp and giving markets for hemp. And I've already told those people to come to your conference and give you the market. I've already spoken to someone tomorrow, someone who's going to be talking about macadamia. It's a young lady. She happens to be my little sister, Nelly Kaba. That girl, she is doing amazing things. Last week we had a meeting now with the German off-takers. What here is, we want the cake that comes out of macadamia, and we want oil and all of that. Udnel is there tomorrow to talk, and she produces that. She sells that. When you see such a young person and see the other people who will be talking tomorrow, you'll be hearing someone who's talking about waste economy. You must come and attend that waste economic conference in South Africa at Durban and understand how this whole thing works. And then take those lessons back to Eswatini. If you are not organized to have the sort of association of pickers and the people who deal with waste, because waste is economy. We'll be talking as well tomorrow about the trip that I've just mentioned to all those former countries of oppression by some of the Europeans. So, bengisachazela ukuthi la njengamanje sifisa ukuthi ni understand this vision yamandla omnotho. And please, if you feel in your heart that you need to be part of this, you must embrace it. And be here as a student. Even if you don't understand some of the things, just sit and listen. One of the days you'll have a spark, and then you'll feel, this is the space I need to occupy, through the training that you will be receiving from all the experts. So we had a Robert Kiyosaki conference, which I've been part of for the past 10 years. We pull people in because our ecosystem is very big. I do work with Robert Kiyosaki, I must say, and with top experts who are dealing with crypto, who are dealing with blockchain, who are dealing with property in all its diverse forms, residential, industrial, commercial property, agricultural properties. We've got people who are dealing with mining, both in terms of physical gold, nickel, platinum, silver, coal, you name it. And those are the people that are here and are going to be here to educate you and to help you, to sharpen you, to focus you. We've got Imbuz. Imbuz is big. I know Babu Mfumfo is here, and the team that we started off with, Imbuz is big. I'm going to try and bring this guy, Imbuz, as on Caesar, to be organized in Eswatini and drive the economies, the Imbuz. You also seen the market day. That market day conference or whatever that the team has called, Uma nizwa kuthiwa the joining fee. We joining fee, they determine that. I mean, but wait, usungahlula 250 emalangeni for the whole year as an example. 500 emalangeni for the whole year. You spread that, it's 44 emalangeni or 44 rands every month. You join where you want to. And again, I'll pokelek to join. If you don't want to join Mandla Omnotho because you say I don't have money, we don't chase anybody away. There is free membership as well. But for the free membership, you must understand, for those who support the work to move, that helps ukurana ama errands. I'm not again boastful. I've spent over 100,000 rand since last year until today, Eswatini alone, on trying to assist, because the situation is not that there yet. But we need to make sure we push a situation where people can then sustain, because these people around, they're using their own money. I'm not even mentioning the monies they've used from their pockets when we had a conference where this thing here at the now last couple of weeks ago, Sibizile, who show the members themselves who take money from them. So and we travel, we don't charge, and there's no intention if anyway to charge. We're traveling because we love you as Emaswati. We want you to be successful. We are not coming big-headed, but we're working together as Africans because we must make sure Africa arise, and we must work to ensure that there is no one who's left behind, especially those people with the passion to grow. So sangivala ngizama unichazela ukuthi eMaswati lamahle ukuthi lana sikhuluma ngezinto ezibalekile ezinkulu, and one of which is to make sure ukuthi to get into the conference. It's a pity you guys have put my face there, so that's why I've had to defend myself from those who are scavenging my name. I don't like my reputation being tarnished by people who don't understand what we are about. So when especially when someone says, you know, this guy who's what are we about and who are we and how much have we invested of ourselves? We're coming to invest even more money. We're building a factory. Total overall is about 30 million rand factory, right? And we're building, there's someone.
Pro,
Yebo, Chair.
maybe you can say something. Sisamele Shwabat.
Oh,
Yeah. Ngicela nibe nikhuluma kancane nje ngiqedela nje okuncane lana in 2 minutes. Ngabe nixoxa kancane njalo.
Siyabonga kakhulu Nonkosi, siyabonga kakhulu Maswati. Ne presentation nje layivotile president labanengi balangadelela kwati ukuthi i-conference isiphathele ini. Bekasangena kiko lokho ukuthi ivula i-factory with 30 million yekwenta sicathulo, which is
Okay, Babu Ntshali ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi ngimi eduze komuzi womuntu, so manje bese bengigquza la ukuthi why am I standing outside, so but ke sengicelile ukuthi banginike 2 minutes ngigoqe. So all I'm saying, colleagues, ukuthi we have got that factory. As I'm speaking to you, yesterday, our partners in America, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, if you know MIT, they've had a meeting with His Majesty and the whole people, the ministers, because of the $500 million factory that we're bringing Eswatini, the first of its kind in SADC, which is going to be doing biofuels, jet fuel. If jet fuel supply mapanoi and is a ngayo. So we have got that program. We are the 1 year in Katula say Pasile is our employer not less than 50 people Maikala, but in the third year it's going to employ not less than 100 people Esigwe. And then we've got this factory in Kulumangai, which will not employ less than 3,000 people in full operation. And it should start next year, end of next year, once we have signed a triple P with government. Triple P has been discussed, done, successfully design of pair. So other programs as well as later during the, because Lapos is always Kuluma last a bit. We've got a lot to bring back down there to Eswatini ungokubambisana. So ngicela ukugcina lapho ngoba sekumnyama nala ngikhona and nabantu bala sebeyasaba ukuthi balomi ngemonto ngaphandle ngoba isemakhaya, so that's why bezongquza la. But ngiyabonga kakhulu Chairperson, there was a bit of clarity today about Amandla Omnotho, what is it about, and so I uploaded this thing onto our YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Amandla Omnotho TV on YouTube. Please go there, Amandla Omnotho TV. Uzofunda zonke ulalele zonke inkulumo zethu esiyidelivayo. Okuningi administratively we'll discuss it. Ngibonga kakhulu to give me your time, and thank you so much. Tomorrow please join us for 5. Uma sikhuluma nalana, there's 1 or 2 people who may not be from Eswatini, but from South Africa, who just come and listen. We're trying to make sure ukuthi encourage ukuthi abantu benze njalo. Though ngiba encourage abaningi namhlanje ngoba this was specifically for you as eMaswati. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Good evening.
Thank you so much, President. Siyabonga kakhulu isikhathi sakho nako konke nje lusethulele kona. Siyabonga kakhulu, sikholelwa ukuthi eMaswati asevile lokho ukuthi awuqhamuke ehlathini, you know what we are talking about, nokuthi yini osibekele yona eMaswati. Noma mina njengoba ngathi awuka-mention lutho kuthina lesikwadiko nalo sibekele kona. So ngabe encourage nje ukuthi abantu ku-conference batawuthola lokunengi umabeda. Ngicela kubuyisela nje ku-pro njengomlead walolu hlelo. Pro.
Siyabonga Chair, siyabonga ne-presentation from President, kakhulu kucacile. Kube ngisesonfeni ngabe ngibiti i-altar call ukuthi singeMaswati asiphendukeni. Ngithinve kakhulu ngulamagama akhe lakhulume athi let's own our own economy, and uze wabekisa ngemetshiso uthi ke ngisho umetshiso nje siyawu importer asiwakhi nje lakithi. Lokusho ukuthi asesisukumeni singeMaswati sibe nengani ukuthi we want to do our own thing. Le economy lebuswa bantu bokuhamba aseyibuswe ngithi nyalo, and we believe with the vision ya president kanye na chairperson. Siyabonga nje chairperson i-vision barrier yamandla emnotho ngoba kube bekungekho babenjani njalo ngabe emandla emnotho aswati. Siyabonga nje kakhulu, and I believe ukuthi singeMaswati as time go on itawungena lendvo, because lendvo le repentance ifuna iqale lakithi before iqale even lonke, but ifuna iqale ku-individual kokuthi no, let's bring change in our country, let's own our economy. And I believe this vision kokuthi itawendeka and itawu-implementeka. Siyabonga kakhulu malunga nokushiya yonke imisebenzi yenu sitolalela. I believe kokuthi njengoba sesivile kuthi emandla omnotho angani, and will support this vision because babecaba kudala tokuthatha kithi but-ke utoletha i-change etimpilweni tethu singema-entrepreneurs. Siyabonga kakhulu. Angathi nokuthi angathi kokuthi singakavali ukuthi ukhona yini lo ngaba ne-question kokuthi maybe bekangayibuta singakavali through chair. Siyabonga. Kubukeka ngazuthi kude lo nembuto malunga emandla omnotho kucacile konke. Sesiya-encourage ukuthi-ke sidaba sine-conference mhla ka-1 November asimemeni labanye sitokuva ngoba lokunye nje bekusengema-status lala sithulele uwona president, but-ke tinfo letinkhulu kakhulu asideni mhla ka-1 sitodiva kokuthi kutabe kwentekani kamandla omnotho. Kunema opportunities nema programs latawulethwa lamanye akawamenshini president, but-ke wota mhla ka-1 utolalela kokuthi ingabe kuphethe eSwatini uphethelwe ini. Once again siya-encourage malunga ukuthi sichubekeni sisubscribe sibe ngema-member laphelele. 500 rand ngenyanga ngeminyaka singawukhona noma seku-break it down njoba ashito presidency sito benefits tinfo letinkulu kamandla omnotho. Siyabonga malunga Maswati lamahle. Unless chairperson kukhona lafuna akusho la ngaba khona la ngafuna kukusho bese sesiyavalelisa.
I see a hand, ga Deputy Chair, Vice Chair, Lunga Dlamini.
Thank you so much, President. Thank you to you, PRO. Siyabonga nakini nonke Maswati kujoyina lo mhlangano lomqoka kangaka. Lokhuluma ngolunga Philakazi Dlamini, Vice Chairman wamandla omnotho eSwatini. Bekukhutsata nje Maswati ukuthi siyacela ukuthi nibatshele nalabanye ukuthi ba part of i-Zoom meeting. Sitawuchubeka sibe nawo ama-Zoom meetings lamanye la invite lama facilities aseswatini la thuthukise eMaswati ukuthi angathuthuka kanjani. So sitaba nabo bo presenter of course sitayifaka i-invite to say kutabe khulunywa ngani. So siyacela Maswati ukuthi make sure you become part of that, ningasalele emuva because some of these facilities that we have la Swatini siva ngematekelo, but we can seek clarity kahle ke maseba presentela Maswati lamahle. Siyabonga nje kakhulu President, siyabonga nani Maswati. Sicela ukuthi nichubeke libeke lithemba lenu kwamandla omnotho nikhumbule ukuthi sifuna ukuthuthukisa live le-Africa. Thank you President, thank you Chairman, thank you PRO.
Siyabonga malunga. Good night.
Sibongele kakhulu. Thank you so very much, Nibe no Busuku Chairperson, unless you want to say something, but yeah.
No, I was saying